Now, if there wasn't enough to worry about at the moment, North Korea has tested a banned intercontinental ballistic missile for the first time since 2017.
Yeah, the test has been widely regarded as a major escalation by the regime and has been condemned by South Korea and the US.
Well, let's talk to Elisabeth Braw, security expert and columnist. Morning to you. It's really good to see you. Look, in the wake of everything that's going on, how concerned should we be about what North Korea is doing? Is it just that this is, from their perspective, an opportune time to bend or break the rules a little?
Well, North Korea is almost like a little toddler. Every time it feels it's not getting enough attention, it throws another tantrum, and that's what's happening again. So every now and then it will test a missile, and in this case, it's an intercontinental ballistic missile. That's what it's thought to be, and so as it says on the tin, this is a missile that can travel between continents, so it could strike, for example, the United States. And the idea is that you would put nuclear warheads on this missile. So it's really quite serious, and it's the first time since 2017 that it has tested a missile of this type.
I mean, this news is going to scare a lot of people when they first read it. Do you think North Korea is anywhere near initiating the kind of aggression that we've seen Russia do in invading Ukraine?
No. What it does is constantly provoke the world, and it does so because it wants recognition, because Kim is a little bit of a vain man, and also because he wants money. This is how it gets money. It provokes the world, and the world says, well, if you back down, we'll support you, for example, with humanitarian aid. There are often famines, so the world says, okay, we'll give you money for your population. And so it's a very clever game the North Koreans run over and over again, where they threaten the world, even though they know they would lose a confrontation with South Korea or the United States. But the world gets frightened, understandably, and offers some concessions, and then they back down for a little while, and then they do it again when they feel the world isn't paying enough attention.
I wonder you can gauge the attitude of the international community better than the rest of us. Is there a point where the international community, especially in the wake of what we've seen happening in Ukraine, would just turn around and say, right, this needs to stop now? We're going to do something to stop this regime?
The world has felt many times over, in fact, ever since the Kim family took power, the world has felt that really this should stop. But what can you do? And this is really the dilemma of nuclear weapons. Once they were invented by the United States, incidentally, they started spreading to other countries, and eventually those countries included North Korea. And you can't make them go away. And this is the challenge. North Korea, yeah, you can try to take their nuclear weapons that they have. You can try to take them away. It would be very hard, but they have the knowledge to make those warheads again, and so we have to keep treating them with kid gloves, which is so annoying.
Can I just ask you about the diplomatic side of all of this? Because obviously, I mean, President Trump made what appeared to be, at the time at least, some significant moves, and nothing really came of it in the end. But is that the path we should be heading down, trying to communicate with Kim again?
Yeah, President Trump and Kim, what an unexpected love story. And it started with Trump calling Kim Mr. Rocket Man, yeah. and then ended with Kim apparently writing love letters to Trump, so Trump said. And Trump, this came out in somebody's memoirs the other day, Trump is still in touch with Kim. Who would have thought? So maybe there's a chance there that Trump, on behalf of the international community, could ask him to tone it down a bit. I'm not keeping my breath for that to happen, yeah. But there is always room for diplomacy. And as we have seen with many other authoritarian regimes, no authoritarian regime lasts forever, but this one is likely to last far longer than any other authoritarian or dictatorial regime.